Right, I've got me coffee, I've got my paint, and I'm on it. Let's get a bit. I reckon today I'm gonna go cerulean blue. Cerulean blue's a light pale blue. If you ain't got no cerulean blue, just use any old blue. If you've got quite a bit of water on, it's gonna look light anyway, innit? So you'll be alright. There, down to about there. Let's say down to there, like that. And then, you know what? I'm gonna dry it already. Not bone dry, just a bit drier than what it is. That'll do. All of that'll do. Right, I think I'll just get some more cerulean blue. I've got a bit of darker blue in here and all slightly dark. I'll stick a tiny bit of that in. Not even sure what colour blue it is because I blobbed all my blues I got getting me. Blobbed them all into one lump because they were drying out in the tubes. So that's what I added to do. There into there. I've got more water now. So it was paler as I come across this side. I reckon as I come across that side and as I come lower in my picture, I think there's more mist. So I'm taking it paler, a bit paler because there's more misty. Let's bring it down a tiny bit more. Good idea is to have an horizon line drawn in pencil in there so that you've got something to walk to. That's what Frankie Clark taught me that. I've heard Frankie Clark's passed away. That's dead sad. I loved Frankie Clark. I used to watch all his videos. Frank Clark, not Frankie Clark. Frank Clark. Watched all his videos. He was brilliant. I'd say if you find my videos rubbish, go and watch Frank's. They're good. He don't keep sipping his coffee while he's painting like me. Right, let's go now. Tell you what I'm going to try now. I'll get that same blue colour. And just add a tiny touch of Payne's Grey to it. I mean a tiny touch. Let's try that. Hopefully this is still wet. Come in here and just pop in. There might have been a little bit of green paint to one side in my blue, and I think that's gone into it as well, a tiny little bit. But you mainly want a blue, but just a thicker paint. There's a tiny bit of green in there. You mainly want a blue, but just a thicker paint than that one. So it looks like, and I'm hoping that's what this looks like, really distant trees, miles away. That's what I want this to look like. Hopefully that's what it looks like. Right, let's say another dry. That's it, I took it proper dry this time. Now I'm had a dry. You can only just see that, but it's misty, it's far away, that's what I want. Oh, made an amazing cup of coffee there. Right, let's try now. You know what I might try here? Some more of that blue. Just dab in. See, this cerulean blue, it tends to, whatever you dab to it, tends to go green. So I'm just going to try a bit of burnt umber in with that, and it has its kind of slight green colour. See what that looks like. Oh yeah, quite like that. So cerulean blue. It's gone quite a green colour. Yeah, I've had cerulean blue and a lot of burnt umber. And watch this colour here, what colour it's turned. I'm going to do a tree in that colour. Okay. Green. It's a greeny blue. Well, it's a nice colour, isn't it? That'd be brilliant for. I know this is for quite a close-up thing, but that would work brilliant on quite a distant colour. Let's go more Bontumber into that and have a more of a sort of autumny brown sort of colour in here. This is sort of roughly sort of autumny time. Let's pop in now. I'm going to pop into that same colour now. Bit of green into it. Let's try that. A bit of green, sorry, a bit of yellow into it, sorry, that will take it green. Bit of yellow in will take it green, a green colour. Just pop that in like that, about there. Like there, that looks quite nice, I think. And then let's go even more yellow into that. And tiny bit of red into my yellow, a bright, really bright red, to take it a tiny bit more of a creamy. Yeah, I've took it creamy colour. Put quite a lot of yellow, quite a lot of red into that green, and took it a creamy colour for a nice creamy bank there. There. Then I'm going to go into some more yellow, take it up. That'll mix with that blue look and turn into more of a green, and come down there like that. I want some sort of grassy effects, some grasses. There, that's nice. And then you know what, I'm going to get a little brush just for my really darks, just because I don't want to keep washing my brush every 2 seconds. I can use that paint, get some really dark brown and just come in there like that. The only reason I'm doing this with a little brush is just so I ain't got to keep washing my brush every 2 seconds. Right, let's turn that into some little rocky, few little rock formation things, if that's dry enough. Oh, that's nice. Don't go mad with these. Yeah, I heard Frank Clark's passed away. I think they said at Christmas. That's a shame, because sort of one of my heroes, Frank. I got a big DVD set with loads, and I just watched them over and over again, and I loved them, with Frank Clark's stuff on. Absolutely loved them. Just watched them over and over and over again. Not just a brilliant artist, but just came across as like a thoroughly nice bloke who were enjoyable to watch and entertaining. Look at that. Oh yes. Let's add a bit of actual yellow and blue into that. And just get an actual proper green. That's it. A bit more of a bright green mixed into there for some grasses and that. There, that's better, isn't it? Let's put a few blades up there. There, that does it. And then some bright yellow. That in there. That's nice. And then with this little ickle brush again, I'm going to pop some little rocks and things in. There. Where's that little scraper gone? Where have I put that? Oh, it's there. I tell you a good idea if you're painting, because you need to paint quick when you're with watercolour. It's like that. If I'd have not found that then, I'd have been in trouble, because that would have dried, and that would be it. Game over. Once your stuff's dried in watercolour, it's game over. Good thing to do is not have clutter everywhere. So that is one of them cases. Do as I say, not as I do, because I'll tell you now, I've got clutter everywhere. I told you not to go mad with this, and yeah, I've put more bits in there. Yeah, my work area is a disgrace. It's clutter everywhere. Right, now, all this is now, this sort of just comes over here now, with just lots of different colours and things. So I'm going to keep varying my greens, so I'm going into greens made up of yellow and blue, right? So I'm going into yellow, back into blue. I'm putting slight bits of red in as well to sort of mucky the green. Can you see that? Oh, it's a bit dark. Let's see what it's like with light on. Is that any better? Is that worse? There's a shadow now across the bottom of there. I'll turn it back off. Yeah, so I'm dabbling between reds, yellows and blues. Sometimes I'm sticking bits of burnt umber in, and I'm mixing the colours, really mixing the colours on my palette, and that's what's giving me this nice variation of stuff. You see that's quite blue there, you see, look. Sometimes as I come to this edge I might want a bit more red for my rocks. I'm going to stick some more of them real darks in for my rocks and all in a minute. Let's bring this one a bit more over here. I think this one, bring it over a bit more to about there. That's not bad, is it? There, all these different colours, look. And as I get more towards front, as I get closer, I always go slightly fatter paint, and it seems to give me that closer look. There, plenty of rocks and stuff in this. Say a bit of that Bontumber to darken some bits. That'll give me some real darks. The Bontumber will. Say a bit more. There. Bontumber's a nice colour to blob in where you know you're going to pour a rock. Now, because I've done all my lights, I think I'll go for my darker colours now with this big brush. So I've popped all my lights in what I need. So if I pop some darks in with this, look, a bit of darker blue in there. Bum, 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 bit of that, look. A few bits, a bit more of that Bontumber. There. I think that's looking quite good. And then, like I say, where these darks are, you can put hints of little pebbles and rocks and things. You're going to want a few rocks on here. I'm going to have a stream through here, you see. You're going to want a few. You tend to get rocks. Where there's streams, you tend to get rocks and stones and stuff. There. Not bad to me, that. Right, now then. Let's have a look. Let's have... So, let's come in about there. Across there like that. And let's have there. See how I'm stippling? That's working because my brush is quite dry. There. I like leaving these tiny little white gaps as well. Right, let me get a darker colour in there. Just add a darker colour in base of that. That's nice. There. I'm going to have a little one there with that same dark colour, and a big one about there. Something like that. Right, I'm going to wash my brush now because I want a light colour now. Wash it, get it quite dry because I want a really thick paint. Right, I'm going into, tell you what colour you want for this. Whichever you've got, either raw sienna or yellow ochre. And a dry brush so you can stipple it. And I've got a great big tree here. Right there, like that one. Right up there. Right big thing. Oh, lovely. Then take that same colour, bang it into some Bontumber. And I'll have a slightly smaller one, or a Bontumber one there. There. I might even stick a bit of Bontumber at the base of this one, just a few little bits, look. And then let's get even darker just in this one there. That's it. And then a couple of bits. Oh, that's nice. A bit of that in there and all that, and in there. There. That's that. Right, let's have a tiny bit more water. Now this one, I'm going to have a Bontumber one here. What maybe is a bit behind them two, something like that. Let's get some red. Say a red one right on end there. Look. Oh, I love that. That looks lovely. So a couple of red ones down here and all, just because I like it so much. And then let's take that red into some. Oh, that's giving me a nice cream colour. Just mix that red back into some yellow. And then I think I need some green for some grasses on floors there. There, that's nice. And then I think I need back into Bontumber just to come into here for bits of rocks and things like that. There. all them little white bits where I'm leaving, look. Say a bit of Payne's grey in with it and all. Oh, I see all them little bits of white gaps what I'm leaving, they all look a little bit like little rocks. Now we are, get some little rocks and things in. The faster you do this, the more random you get, the more realistic I think it seems to look. Look at that, I like that. I'm happy with that. Right, let's get some more. Let's add more water. It's getting dark, isn't it? I think it's only about, I don't actually know what time it is. It's getting dark. Big roll on summer. Roll on summer. There, look at that. Nice greeny colours. There we are. Let's add some cerulean blue up here, look. See, cerulean blue, you know is going to look nice in your picture because it's in the sky, it's in this, so it's bound to blend nice and give you a green that's going to sit well. So cerulean blue and yellow is bound to sit well in this picture. Bound to, it's bound to. There we are. Get some Burnt Umber, bit of Payne's grey. Into there, look. All them little white gaps, look, they're going to look like little rocks and pebbles and things. There. Before that dries, straight in, credit card or whatever card you've got. Dab some little rocks and pebbles in. There you are. Perfect. And while I've got that dark colour, I'll come in. Actually, it's sort of come in about like that, I think. Come in like that. That's nice. Back into some yellow. There, some yellow. Bit of dark green. There. Blend that all in. There. A couple more rocks. Let's say a big one. Great big rock there, look. A couple of smaller ones. A couple of bigger ones, look. There. So that's that. What shall I have now? I'm thinking, shall I put some rocks? Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry everything, put my water in, and then I'll stick a few more rocks in. Right. This area here is looking a bit odd. That's sort of covered with some more bushes. You know what? I could. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just, rather than mess about, trying to put a bit more background in, I'm just going to stick a couple of extra bushes in there. There, that's better, I think. Just to hide it. Looked a bit odd. I'm going to build a bit more background in and have some stuff coming in, but more trouble than it's worth. Let's just do that. Squeeze the paint out that brush. There we are. And then that's my hand. I'm going to dry that little tree again now. Nearly done though. Nearly done. Right, wash that brush. Don't think I've even washed it dead good, but I'm not bothered because I'm going to come in with some water here into about there. Right, let's get slightly greeny blue. So I've got my things from sky, but then with all these reflections and the mud in the water and that, it's not that often that your water sort of stays the same colour as sky quite often in these streams. Sort of tends to change a bit, but then I do want it to fit in and look right, so it's got to look realistic like water, but it's also, I do want it to reflect what's going on up there, you see. So don't forget to leave plenty of white. Let's say a bit more green and mud in there where it's stirring up all the mud and stuff. There. And leave plenty of white in. You want bits of white in there for you where it's all splashing and stuff. Let's give that a dry, see what that looks like. Well, it's hard to tell what it looks like while it's wet, so get a quick dry. That's nice. Right, let's get this rigger brush. I'm only putting my birds in first because I can rest my hand on there. I'm going to put some rocks in there. Right, so let's get Peter and Paul in. With two bods, Peter and Paul, they're out looking for worms so they can feed their families. That's Peter. Paul's a bit closer, look. Paul's catching up. Both looking out for worms to feed their families. Let's have a little extra twig in there like that. Yeah, that's nice. There, right, what's that? Done with that now. Nice rock cut. It's getting well dark. I can hardly see what I'm doing. I think it'll look bright to you on here. You should be able to see it all right. Just me. Lots of these little rocks, look, and that's what's happening. That's why this is soft and... Right, let's get quick before this dries. Get some little highlights on top on them. Actually, my paint's a bit wet, so my highlights aren't working that well, but oh, they have scratched in, look, that's not bad. My paint a bit dry there. Yeah, that's what's causing all these little rocks and bits of wind, and plus the gravity, what's pushing this water downhill. That's what's causing all these little ripples and all that white froth. What I've just left the white paper for my white froth. That's not scraped very well. The wetter one scraped better than the unwetter one. Not to worry. It all looks, as long as it's representing rocky stuff. Let's have a bigger in there. A couple of bigger ones now. We're a bit closer. So I want a big one in the middle there, like that. Look. Scrape them. A little in there. On there, and that'll do me. You can get carried away with it, and my brush has just fell on the floor. There. Where's that brush gone? Bring that up, watch that! Put that in there, right, let's get a little brush. Put a B and a D on it. B, a D, a B, let's show you have it, let's have it. There. B, D, B, D. In there. You've got to think when this is framed, some of your painting gets cut off, so don't put your BD right to one side or right really low down here or something, because you don't want that hid. That's what, if you ever get famous, it'll make your picture worth fortunes in it. I'm just tempted to could go thicker with some more paint on. Nah, I'll leave it. That looks nice to me. Right, I'll see you on beach tomorrow.